Constantino. Pound for pound.
Little Giant Boxing.
With my man Julian Chua. Obviously, Julian, you have a lot of fighters here at Brick House Boxing. But first and foremost, before we touch that topic, I want to get your thoughts on Errol Spence activating his rematch clause against Terence Crawford. You know, what's your thoughts on this, Julian?
It's hard because such a big Crawford stylistic fan, but I like Spence as I mean, I don't know Spence as a person, but from what I see, I like his character and how he is. But typically in rematches, it doesn't go as well for the person who has less tools. You know, usually when guys fight another guy that they fought before, and the guy with the better tools and the more skills, the one who wins, he already knows what he needs to do. So I don't know. I don't love it. I don't love it for Errol, but you know he's gonna get paid again. I just hope he fights well, fights with honor, and leaves there with a big check. You know.
Obviously, Terence Crawford has the option to dictate where the fight will take place as far as the weight, whether it's at welterweight or junior middleweight 154. You think that matters?
No. He's a big thing is look Bob Arum said it, and I said it before. I mean, he hasn't had much experience against lefties, especially a crafty lefty like Terence Crawford. You know, it's gonna be hard to that gap between them is far. And then also you got to think about mentally, the side, how is he gonna go in there confident at all? You know what I mean? Especially after the first one, no, everybody's gonna be writing him off. Even worse, you know. I don't know, man. I don't love that fight for him. It doesn't matter what weight it is. I think just Crawford is superior skills, and I don't think Crawford's gonna drain him to 47. Crawford doesn't seem like that kind of guy. All right, 54. You know,
he's gonna welcome him at 154.
Absolutely. Crawford is competitive like that. He'll probably prefer it at 54. So there's no I don't want to say Spence made excuses, but everyone, he's weight drained. Now there's not going to be anything. I think Crawford's the type of man, the competitive nature that he has, and his mentality is 54, 60, whatever you want. Let's go. That's what I think.
So you think nothing different happens in that rematch?
No, not really. Not really. I mean, if he doesn't get stopped again, it's going to be one-sided completely again, for sure.
And what's your thoughts on Crawford saying, yo, Canelo, let's rumble, or whoever wins that fight at 168 between him and Jermell Charlo?
I have to see how Canelo performs against Jermell, I think, to make a real good, because the Ryder that fought Canelo, the Canelo that fought Ryder, I give Crawford a great chance in that he's not much, he's the same height. Crawford is very good with his distance, and he's long. I would almost bet anything that his reach is longer than Canelo's, and I don't know. I give Crawford a good chance in that. You know, Crawford is a complete fighter. He's an all-time for me. What is he missing? What's he missing? The chin, power, speed, timing, IQ, switches stances, can fight in the pocket, can fight mid-range, it is extremely competitive. If you catch him with a shot like the Aegis Kavaliskis, I don't know if I butchered his last name, with that fight, even Dre was yo, it's still early, he needs to, and he was when he took that shot, it was almost you know who you're in here with?
Kind of woke him up a little bit.
Not even that, just more do you know who you're in here with? And that's a champion mentality, you know? He's a complete fighter. Knows how to keep his emotions in check, even in the biggest stage, biggest fight of his life. That dude was like this the whole fight. With Spence, sat down in the corner, not a single, he's so locked in. Bivol is like that too. He's they're just very one-track minded in there,
Yeah. Who gives Crawford a tough fight? Because it seems like you're favoring Crawford over all these guys.
I could see Ennis being a bit of an issue for a little bit because of the athleticism, the speed, the movement and stuff like that. And the thing about it is Crawford likes to fight, and so does Ennis. They both enjoy that,
Love to see it.
let's see what happens if we, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, like I'm a huge Jaron Ennis fan. He's one of my favorite fighters today. He's like probably the only fighter kind of on my pound for pound that doesn't have a belt or never won a world title. But that's a huge thing. He has no world championship experience. It's a different ball game. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like Crawford has, I don't even know, maybe 17 17 title fights. There's such a big experience gap between them. I just see Crawford coming out on top in that one too. But are you talking about widespread?
Yeah,
like
widespread. Because
David Benavidez, probably, like someone like that.
Damn, that
Because
caliber, huh?
from 60 down, I don't really see anyone. To be honest. A 68, now you're reaching a bit. There's
Right.
Canelo, obviously. David, obviously. You know, that's about, for me, with Crawford, that's about it.
All right, Julian, switching topics. Obviously, Zurdo Ramirez has a big fight, great fight. Joe Smith.
Yeah.
Catchweight at 193, correct?
Yes.
All right, talk to me about that fight. That's a good fight.
It's a great fight. You know, Joe Smith, he's, you know, people, it's so funny how fast people like forget in boxing about certain people, you know, like, and I'm not even talking about Zurdo, I'm talking about Joe Smith. Better Be was the first person to ever put him down. And Better Be puts everyone down.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's the first time he's ever been down or ever been stopped in like his career, you know? Wait, I think he got his jaw broken one time too or something like that, but regardless, Joe Smith comes to fight. He's always in shape. He's very tough. And both of them have like a kill or kill mentality, you know? Like kill or be killed, you know? And Joe Smith isn't the kind of guy that's hard to find, you know? Like Bivol with Zurdo, he's hard to find. Everybody's wondering like what happened. Well, what happened with Canelo too? His offense got shut down. Nothing deters you faster than you fucking throw a punch, the guy's out. You know, he's out, he's back in, he's out, he's back in. It deters combination punching, it deters volume and stuff like that, but Joe Smith is right there. That is about to be an absolute banger. And a lot of people don't know this, like, rest in peace, Joe Smith's brother. He, he's our opponent, but I don't wish, ill on anyone or anyone's family. His brother, I read, was passed away, was murdered, so he's coming. I know he's coming with, and he's coming off of a loss. So
right.
He's coming with a mentality that, like, we're either gonna see the best version of him or the worst version of him, I think, you know? And we're preparing for the best version of him.
How refreshed is Zurdo now that he doesn't have to kill himself to make that weight, because obviously what happened last time?
Yeah, he's refreshed. I mean, it's not so much about the weight, honestly. It really isn't. It's about life, and life hits you harder than boxing ever will hit you. And Zurdo's not the kind of guy that throws out complaints and throws out this and that. He's going to tell and open up about what goes on in his life and his personal life. But people he knows and people he loves, he opens up to. And I'm one of those people that knows, the things that he went through going on. If I was a better trainer, I wouldn't have let him fight at that time. I wouldn't have let him even sign the Rosado fight. I shouldn't have. He's been going through more. Look at Jamal Charlo. Why is he inactive for so long? Because life. Danny Garcia, he left for so long, but Zurdo's the kind of guy that's just like, all right, let's go. He's down, but life is hard, and people, people just don't know. That's the hard thing about being a man, right? Especially being someone who's like, I guess you would consider stoic, someone who doesn't like talk about his problems, Then everybody thinks they know something about you that they don't, But yeah, like, I'm here to tell you that guy is a monster here. He's a good man, and he doesn't deserve the shit that gets thrown at him, because he's still like willing to get out there and show his face despite the stuff that happens in his life.
Right. And is there anything you want to get off your chest to let the people know about Zurdo, what they can expect on fight night against Joe Smith?
I mean, he's training hard for this fight. He's coming, and he respects the, again, like, not, I want to even say the skills, but the mentality that Joe Smith brings to a fight. That guy's anything but a weakling or a sissy. Keep it PG, But like, he's anything but that, and Zurdo knows that. Well, we know that. So expect Zurdo to be there, strong mentally, physically, and expect fireworks.
All right, talk to me about your other fighters. Obviously, Scrappy Ramirez, I heard he's going up next for a title eliminator. And Kareem Hackett. And
Yeah.
Talk to me about your guys.
everyone's moving, man. It's a lot of stress. I'll tell you right now. Like,
Good stress,
you know,
though, right?
yeah, good stress. Well, you know, I've been around the game long enough, and I've seen coaches who don't care anymore. And the day that I'm a coach that doesn't care anymore, it's the day I stop doing this. Period. You know, like I lose sleep over this stuff. You know, like. But yeah, it's they got big fights coming up. Scrappy's fighting for a mandatory position. He wins this fight, which he will. He will fight most likely Ioka for a world title next, which is, for me, the best thing that has happened, will be the best thing that has happened in my career. I've never even told him that because I'm Scrappy's biggest hater. We talk a lot of shit. I'll never tell him. I'll never give him the credit for the happiest I've ever been in my career. But when he fights for that title and he wins that title, it'll be the happiest I've ever been because I love Scrappy and I've had him since he's 0-0 as a professional. I've built him from the beginning.
So obviously, you're proud of taking him to the dance from nothing to something.
Yeah, I mean, even to now, a lot of people don't know this. He's only boxed for like 6 years, 6
crazy.
years, you know, and but you know.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and you know, like it's funny because a kid in there, I'm kind of going off subject a little bit, but
Go ahead.
A kid in there asked me, like, he's been boxing for a little bit. He's like, hey, how did Scrappy get so good so fast? You know, and you know, I had to sit there and think about it for a second, and I think it's a cultivation of dedication. Obviously, the dude does not miss a day in the gym. Right after the fight, he's back in. He's watching. He's always studying. This is his life, you know. And that right there has so much power, you know. That right there has so much power. People wonder what it takes to make it to the top, and it's not just hard work, because hard work at the top, everybody is working hard.
Right.
It's about who's willing to sacrifice life, like who's willing to not cheat on their diet, who's willing to stay away from women. You know how hard that is? To who's willing to do the things that it takes to be really, really great, you know? Not take vacations, or only take vacations when you know it'll benefit your boxing, you know, but that's Scrappy. So one, his dedication is extremely important. Number two, a good teacher. I like to say, I don't think I'm the best, but I care a lot, and I don't even have, all I want to do is master the art of
obsessed with boxing.
Obsessed. I just want, and it's funny because the people ask me, I'm going off again, but people ask me what my goals are. I don't really have goals. I just want to like completely understand the art of boxing. That's it. I don't even have goals. I don't have like have a world champion in every pound for pound. No, I just want to like completely understand boxing. So I think good teaching is and he had a great coaches, Pedro at Churchill before he got with me as well. He just had great teaching up until. And the last but not least, and the most important, maybe the most important, they're all very important, but he turns down no work. He turns down no work as far as sparring. He's not scared of anyone, you know? Like, I myself have to hold him back when, like, maybe we get canceled in the gym and there's a fucking 60-pounder in there, or a 68-pounder. He's like, what about him? I'm like, bro, that guy is a middleweight, junior middleweight, you know, whatever. I'm like, chill, you know, but he's game. Like, it doesn't matter, and it doesn't matter if someone when I first saw him, I haven't seen this in a long time, but someone get the better of him, he wants it again. He wants it again. He wants to go again. He wants to go again. You know, it's like, you know, there's the guys who are taught well, very dedicated, but they get beat up one time. They don't want to get that work again. That's not Scrappy, you know?
So Scrappy has the champion mentality.
Scrappy. You know what I'm saying? That's it. I think those three are like the trifecta. Lifestyle, dedication, good teaching, good teacher, and willingness to get in with anyone and everyone. You're gonna progress so quickly. That's how he got to where he is at in 6 years.
And what do you tell him now that he's arrived to the dance?
Oh, you better stay hungry, because to get there is one thing, to stay there is another, because the guy that you are now, the hunger that you got when you got the title, that next kid is somewhere.
Right.
And he's watching everything you have. He's ready to take everything you have. And Marvin Hagler, he said it the best. He said, it's hard to wake up at 5 in the morning when you're sleeping in silk sheets, you know, silk pajamas. It's absolutely true. And, you know, that's one of the most impressive things for me about Floyd Mayweather. Like, with all the money this guy had, he never got lazy. I've seen money change people like, I don't even want to go into that. I've seen money make people lazy, so lazy, but no, man, like, but that's not gonna happen to Scrappy. It's not. He's just different.
All right, Julian, anything you want to get off your chest about your other fighters, upcoming fights? I know Kareem Hackett, he's already 10-0, and hopefully he's going to be fighting.
Yeah, he's 11-0. He's fighting another guy who's 11-0 for an intercontinental, WBA, I think, intercontinental title. Pro box show, it's 10 rounds. When 10 rounds, September 20th. Yeah, it's like a Wednesday.
2 weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks. And then I have a kid, Jordan Panthen. He's someone people should be looking out for.
154.
Yeah, he's 4-0, 4 knockouts. He's on a fast track. He fought last Thursday against a guy 21-21, which is, I mean, that's a 50-50 record, but the guy didn't get stopped by anyone. He was in very good shape. I knew his opponent before they fought. He's a good guy, tough guy, skills. Jordan stopped him in 3 rounds.
Wow.
He's fighting again in a week against a 7-0 prospect. He's only 4-0.
Right?
160. He's fighting a 7-0 guy. He's like Scrappy, dedicated and everything. But now it's my job to teach, to mold him from like this rugged, like to put some finesse and some flow and some fluidity and footwork and stuff into his game. But he's a great student and he's a great fighter. So he's on the rise. By the end of the year, we're trying to get him to like 8-0. He's 4-0. So we have like 4 more fights this year, hopefully for him. Rocco Santomauro, he just fought a great fight with Ricardo Sandoval. It was a competitive fight on the Golden Boy show, the Munguia versus Deverchenko fight. You know, a lot of people, you got to watch that fight without listening to everything. He did a tremendous job, especially for not fighting at a high level for such a long time. And they tried to spring a new weight class, 112. He had never made that before, and he promised me he could make it. He's a bad dude. Rocco's a very good fighter. He's fighting also October 7th. And then, man, I have Regis Prograis. We're waiting for Devin Haney to sign the contract. I hope so. I mean, we're waiting.
But it's iffy, right? It's not like concrete.
I mean, Regis is all in. Regis is all in. We're waiting on Devin. It's all.
So you're just waiting for Devin to sign the contract.
Waiting on Devin, and you know, Devin. I believe Devin will sign it. Why not? You know, Devin should sign it. So I got Regis fighting Devin here soon. Waiting to see what happens with Fulton. You know, see who they try to line up for us. Next.
Cool Boy Steph still wants to smoke against the monster.
Yeah. I mean, he's a beast, man. He's a beast. That's how he's 2-time champion. You know, you think he's like Spence. You think he wants to go out he wants to finish that like that? No, he's thinking about it. He's getting better, and you know, he deserves so much respect. You know, all these guys deserve respect, and this is a big reason why people don't want to fight sometimes like other guys, because of how shitty people can be. Like, and I sorry, I got big in. I'm like kind of going off. So check, like, you know, one of my favorite scenes is in Rocky 2, right? After Rocky goes to decision or goes all the way with Apollo the first time, when they're gonna in the second Rocky, Apollo's opening the mail, right? And people are calling him a bum, and like, you let that bum last, and this and that. Like, back then, you had to read it in the paper. You had to open mail to receive the hate. You had to go and do something to receive the hate, you know? And all those people, if they see you in person, oh my God, I want a photo, blah, 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 blah. But now in the age of social media, these people have direct access to the fighter, to the person, and it can ruin. It can, like, I don't care what anyone says. Everyone cares what people think about them. Right. Nobody. Oh, I don't care what people think about. Yeah, right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And you know, and boxing is especially hard because the more vibrant and loud you are, the more you get paid, and it's tried and true. That method is proven. Right. From the Broners to the Floyds to the Alis to the Jack Johnsons, right, who people wanted to see him lose because he was black. Right. You know, like that method of hate to get you to watch is tried and true. But I tell every fighter that I have or know that wants to take that role, if you lose, you better be ready for the mental consequences that are going to come with assuming that villain role. Because I mean, it took Broner down big time. You know what I'm saying? Like I as much as if you interview him, probably it didn't bother me. Please, it bothers everyone. It bothers everyone.
Yeah.
It bothers everyone. You know?
Yeah. All right, Julian, anything you want to leave us with? Or where can we follow you on social media?
Oh, at Julian_Chua.
Talk about that if you can. I don't know if it's out yet. That's coming out, the Sweet Sweat or the
Oh yeah,
the
yeah.
cream.
I'm in the process of making my own sweat cream, and
You have a name for it or no? You
EXO, like
Okay.
to release.
Okay.
You know, like exit the body, clean out. You know, I want to start obviously with boxing, but I want to get it into like a bigger market than just boxing.
Right.
Because it helps my guys make weight and stuff like that. And
You came up with it or what?
but the sweat cream?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. But I mean, I hired a chemist.
Oh, okay,
and
that's
stuff
cool.
like that.
That's
And
interesting.
but I'm really
would.
yeah, I'm really taking my time with it. You know, I've had many trials, and I'm very big on quality.
Right.
You know, I'm very big on quality, so I'm not gonna put out something that's some generic form of sweet sweat. It needs to be better.
Right.
It needs to be good. It needs to work. It needs to smell good. It needs to feel good. It needs to be what I want it to be before I bring it out. So,
All right.
that's coming out soon.
Where can we follow you on social media?
At Julian_Chua.
Little Giant Boxing.